Welcome to Tush Twins on MalcolmPresents.com, a portal to the new world of podcasting. You see and you hear. Anyway, guys, welcome aboard.
You
Hello.
see and you hear.
I like that one.
I think that should be your slogan. You see
See me, hear me.
See no evil, hear no evil, but
Right.
speak lots of evil.
Speak. No, we don't want
Ooh.
to speak evil. We want to do no evil, because there's enough evil in the world. I just can't. I can't. I just can't.
Well, we're not
So-
talking.
So here we are. We're the Tush Twins.
Yes, we are.
Give us
So
an opening, Max.
Yeah, well, here we are, the Tush Twins. We're gonna tell Lucy and Ethel to move over because they're the ones we
Laverne and Shirley.
right.
Yeah.
No, I don't know about Thelma and Louise. It's iffy. Betty
Yeah.
and Wilma. I didn't like the way they ended up. Tina and
No.
Amy, and
Yeah.
I don't know. How about what other women?
You want some more Jane Fonda,
And Lily Tomlin.
Lee Tomlin,
Right, Jane and Lily, right? Frankie and
Frankie
Grace
and
and
Johnny.
Grace and Frankie.
Grace and Frankie.
Right. And the Big Bang trio of women. It's not two, but they're kind of funny. But anyway, we'll have to write that out at another time. So here we are, the Tush Twins again, with tales of our friendship from Brooklyn and beyond. Moi, Maxine Faith, and Paula Rose, aka Rusty, aka the Redhead, will bring you
AKA Auntie Cuckoo.
and
AKA Sybil.
AKA the God Maja. The God Maja.
Ooh,
Yes.
Yeah,
You used
I
to
gotta
try
be
to scare my.
sophisticated.
Nah, it's all right.
Okay, let's get on with the show.
So let's move it, because
We're
here
doing
we
Halloween.
are,
We're doing Halloween.
from Brighton to Coney to the burbs in New York City and all around the world, into the universe, into the asteroids. Here we is and here we goes. So
Got the whole world in my hand.
I got a pumpkin in my hand. I'm using this one today because
I don't have a pumpkin. I'm very bah humbug. I've
Well-
been so busy.
Well, you're big
I just
businesswoman
took
today.
this one up from the. I haven't even taken everything out. I just took this one out from the basement because it lights
Hello,
up.
pumpkin.
It's,
Hello, pumpkin.
it's a
How
light-
are
it's a-
you,
it's a lighty
pumpkin?
pumpkin. Anywho, for more
Anyhow,
funds than a. So we used to have a saying in Brooklyn when we were knocking at the door. Sometimes it would be trick or
wait,
treat.
first trick or
What?
treat.
Trick or
No,
treat.
first when we were kids, very young, we used to go trick or treat. Give me candy. Give me candy.
Give me candy.
Give me candy. Give me candy.
Candy. We
But
want
then we
candy.
got candy.
What?
But when we got a little older, I think we're about fourth or fifth grade, so much older.
Oh yeah,
We
wait.
went to the UN with the Girl Scouts and
Right.
we decided to collect money for UNICEF
Right,
instead of candy.
correct.
And so we would knock on doors and go,
United Nations Children Emergency Fund, trick or treat for UNICEF. Ha, we want money, not candy. So
oh, give me
we-
both.
yeah, some would throw in a candy bar, but not. We really
We
didn't get
collected
candy.
We collected a lot of money for our age in that
Ha-
time.
We did it throughout all those years after, till we hit like
Yes,
middle
till
school,
we-
until we stopped.
No, we were in high school. We still did some of that. We went around towards
out.
like junior, sophomore year, I think.
Nah, no.
Yeah.
It was junior
Yeah,
high
no.
school we stopped, but
Okay.
high school was done. You don't.
But
trick-
we made a lot of money for UNICEF.
Yeah,
and
I
we would
was
bring
like-
it in ourselves to
right, to
deliver
the
it.
UN. We'd bring it to the
Mhm.
UN because they had at that time a place where you can bring all the money. Everything gets counted up, and it was a great lesson in learning how to collect and get money and do the math, make sure everything's done, and donating to something worthy. And even as
Worthy,
kids,
yeah.
we recognized as kids yeah, you can get all the candy you want. Hey, my mom will buy me candy. What?
We didn't
Ruthie?
need the
Yeah, I
candy.
didn't need the
You just
candy.
go into your house and you just open a
Right.
drawer.
No, right. There's Hershey bars everywhere. Who needed candy? I don't
No.
know. So UNICEF is very important. You can still, it's used to be the United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund. I think now, let me see if I have notes from my previous show here. Good luck to me. Why should I have that in front of me? Just why? Just why? Just why? It's here somewhere. Anyway, it's United Nations Children's Fund, I think now, and you can donate. They still have trick or treat things. You can go online to United Nations Children Emergency. Let me see where this is.
Yeah,
UNICEF.
and I'll tell you, I think UNICEF needs money more than ever.
They do,
Yeah.
they do, but not
mean,
only UNICEF, but for children.
The
There's a
children-
lot of places, even up here in Sussex County where I live,
Mhm,
kids are starving. They're not eating properly. They're malnutrition
mhm.
because either the parents are out of work since COVID, or the parents, unfortunately, up here could be meth heads, which I just don't want to go there. So I'm a member of Rotary, and we're throwing a benefit, a small one. It's about 75 people, and you get a wine tasting, and it's costing $125 a person. 100% of the profits go to the food banks up here.
That's
So
great.
that's my trick or treat.
Yep. Well, what it was is the UNICEF was originally called the United Nations International Children Emergencies Fund that I
Mhm.
said.
Mhm.
Now it's officially the United Nations Children's Fund. It's an
Mhm.
agency of the United Nations responsible for providing humanitarian and developmental aid to children worldwide. And so you can add some meaning, to your Halloweening, as they're saying online,
The meaning
and
of
help.
your Halloweening.
Right. Add some meaning to your Halloweening, and you
Halloweening.
could
Okay.
go. It's a chance to do good and help children who are right now. We have war.
Really need it.
We have war. We have famine, drought. I mean, these kids need medical care, and they need to get shot, immunizations. So go to UNICEF,
CEF.
UNICEF.org for more information. We'll put that in online.
Or
so-
if you don't do that organization, there are many other food banks in your neighborhood. Donate food, donate money, do whatever you
Yep.
can to help the hungry.
Yeah, it's a
What have you
problem.
guys done as adults to party? Did you have like Halloween parties, with couples and dress up in
Mm.
costumes?
Just recently I did.
No, we had some parties. I know.
Well, we
in
were
teenagers,
teenagers.
and I know we had some college ones. I know in Brooklyn College we had, and a friend of ours used to get all the Haagen-Dazs ice cream. Her uncle started the company, so all the Haagen-Dazs would be free. And if it was a Saturday, we'd all watch Saturday Night Live, and we'd have like different, the cups, the little cups of
Yeah.
Haagen-Dazs.
I knew the Haagen-Dazs daughter.
Did you?
Ooh,
There
Yeah,
is a
because
Haagen-Dazs
my
daughter?
brother's law partner married her.
Get out.
ah,
So she must know our friend's uncle. At least that's the story. Who knows if it's real? All I
Probably.
know is we
I
wound
mean,
up with
I've
free
lost
Haagen-Dazs.
I lost contact years ago. The only story I like is that Haagen-Dazs is made in Brooklyn. And
yeah,
and the only reason they got that name
not
is
anymore.
I think it was the Bronx, but
No, it was
I
Brooklyn.
think it was
Brooklyn,
the
as far as I
Bronx.
know.
No, I thought it
But-
was the
but,
Bronx.
Maybe.
And the way they got Haagen-Dazs is they wanted to make it more sexier, that it's a foreign product.
It's all made up. It's a made up name.
Right.
There's nothing
There's
about
not,
it.
I don't know if there's
And
any.
it was bought over by one of the big companies now. It
Probably by
doesn't-
Borden or something.
you
One
know,
of the
it's
big-
no one of the giants. I don't know which one, but it
Borden's
was
a giant.
no. I mean, it's just a food conglomerate,
Oh.
not just Borden. I mean, Borden is probably part of another.
Yeah.
Because the redhead knows about food
I
conglomerates,
could tell,
right?
I'll ask Dennis, he knows which each company goes to what.
I wonder if he probably knows where Haagen-Dazs landed. I'm sure because he did all
Oh.
that stuff. But we used to. I remember having some parties as a kid, and because I very
had a lot.
distinctly remember
Yeah,
literally bobbing for apples.
Oh, we
and
did.
I couldn't get my mouth around the apple because I'm little. I'm a big mouth now, but back then not so much.
Uh,
I'm a big girl now.
Now I'm a big mouth now.
Right. So, but can,
FYI, just the information. Haagen-Dazs is owned by General Mills.
okay, there you
Yes.
go. I told you.
They're
Told you
sold.
it's a biggie. Yeah. So yeah, so that's one thing. But apple bobbing, today
We did that.
never
I had Halloween parties in my house.
would
You
yeah.
had some in your backyard, but you and
Yeah.
I would always go trick or treating most of the time with one of our parents right behind us.
Except when we were in junior
No,
high, we
older.
didn't. We
No,
would
even
go.
fifth, sixth grade, we didn't
We'd
have
go
those.
to 2727 Ocean Parkway, which was
Mhm.
a bunch of apartment buildings, because we
Right,
were able to go to all the floors, and
Right.
knock on all the doors. And some people were nice, some people not so much.
and
But,
then we used to go down my block where the house is
yeah,
on
and
Second
me too. I
Place.
went to all the houses, whatever private ones were left, and it was just my neighbors mostly. And
Yeah.
then we went to your place, yeah, and
We went
but-
all of it. Then when I moved to Seventh Street,
mhm.
then we started doing a lot more in the
But
buildings. I had a
but
lot.
we went to a number of times to the 20 that the apartment buildings on
27, it was
Ocean Park.
always, it was a
Yeah,
bigger.
that was a big,
Mhm.
because you got money. I mean, people back then sometimes, we would be happy if we got like a quarter. Someone gave us a quarter. This is like 60s, but
Sometimes it got
once in a
pennies,
while,
but we were very
once
happy
in a
for that.
while, someone gave us $1.
Dollar.
Did not. That was a big deal to us that they would
Yes,
give
it
us
was.
$1. It was like getting, a
You
10
could
or
get
20 today.
4 slices of pizza and 2
Right.
Cokes.
Yeah, except we gave it to the UN. Don't say silly things, you.
No, I'm saying $1 to us was worth, that's what it was worth to
Right, 2
us.
slices and a Coke.
It was Coke.
Yeah,
No, yeah, it's 50 cents for 2
Right.
slices and a Coke.
right. That was a
Cokes.
thing at Rocco's.
Yeah, so yes.
Rocco's Pizza. What pizza place did you go to, Malcolm?
Johnny's Pizza on Mermaid Avenue, up the street from Mark Twain.
Oh,
Okay. Went to
So,
Rocco's and I used to go to L&B.
what was the other one near you who we used to go to?
Oh, that was Frankie's on that corner. That was
Right.
good pizza too.
yeah, yeah. So
I'll
I
tell you
know we
about
had a
pizza.
couple.
When I first moved to Los Angeles, which is about 77, you couldn't buy slices of pizza. You had to buy.
No,
the
I
whole-
know, they still can you? And they're
It's
not
hard to buy
good.
slices still.
It's more, it's you can get it now, but not as.
You put
is
pineapple on pizza.
You
Yeah.
and ham. That's
But when
California pizza.
I took
gets you.
Anna, my wife, the first time to Manhattan, she was amazed at every street that we walked on. There were at least 2 pizza places. And every time we got another slice, she said, "Oh, this is the best pizza I ever tasted."
Yeah, I mean, you go,
It's-
especially like down into the village. You have
Mm.
Bleecker Street, John's, which is the other
On
one?
Carmine Street,
Right, and all the really incredible.
or
pizza
even La
places.
Pizzeria.
Joe's Pizza, right? That's the big
Joe's
one.
Pizza, yes.
Right
Well,
around.
now
the- You could take a tour. A matter of fact, when some of my family came in from LA with the kiddies,
Oh, my God, yes.
we had a pizza tour. We just
Mhm.
went straight down Bleecker. We started at Joe's, went to John's, went to.
We ended
Bleecker
up in
Street.
Lombardi's.
We would sometimes just go to Lombardi's. You would meet us there sometimes. I think. we were
Yes,
there a couple of times.
90% times. I would
But a
meet
lot
you.
of a couple of times we took them on that pizza run down in the
Well,
village.
I don't know what this has to do with Halloween, but
Well, I'll tell you,
Well,
because
did you go about
the
pizza today?
village, because Greenwich Village has the freakiest parade,
Halloween party.
Halloween parade of like anywhere in the world. It's nutsy cuckoo, followed by
and I went to it
you would
in
go.
a costume.
My son's. What did you wear?
I wore a baby's outfit with my butt sticking out.
You wear diapers?
Well,
It was so cute. And Dennis was a hobo.
Well, that seemed to be a thing. I think I once went as a hobo, and my mom put like black. It was weird. I don't know.
Yes, she did. I remember
Today, I
that.
don't think today it's politically correct.
No.
You guys
But-
never went as witches? That seems to be standard for
Well,
women.
the standard costumes are
I was a clown.
Frankenstein, ghosts, skeletons, witches, ghosts.
Mhm.
I had a
I was
funny
a
story.
skeleton. I was a witch and I was a clown.
The
You're always a
first,
clown.
one of the first few years I was in LA, I went to a party and I dressed as Count Dracula.
Ah,
Oh,
okay.
Count Dracula.
And I put on these long, whoever, my date put on these long nails.
Oh, okay.
What was the most popular?
Long black nails. Let me finish my story.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Finish. Who cares?
But I
Finish, who
found
cares?
out with the long nails, I had to go to the bathroom. I couldn't unzip me.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, who
then
helped you?
Who helped
Right,
you
so I had to
unzip?
walk out to my date. I said, do me a favor, it's nothing, sexual. Could you just unzip me?
Boy, she must have went, oh my God, what a nut job.
I found that funny. But anyway.
It is actually funny, I have to admit. So
Well,
back to
we went
back
to a
the costume.
party.
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
We went to a party at Cheryl's house
Oh, yeah.
I
That was quite
as a
the
Playboy
Halloween party.
bunny.
Well, because you had all the,
I always wanted to be a Playboy
Yeah.
bunny.
you know,
Did
I,
you ever try out for the bunny hood or the bunny ship? You work at Playboy as a waitress, right?
No, I was a bunny,
she
Playboy
was a
bunny.
bunny,
you're a
an
bunny,
actual
okay.
bunny.
A bunny.
A real bunny. She was a bunny. We went through this. Yes, indeed. Yes, she was a bunny. But in
Yes, I
19,
did.
then this would go good with in 1959. What was the #1 costume for women?
For
Bunnies.
women?
What?
59? No, couldn't been the Flintstones because they came later.
No, it was later. Nope.
I don't know. Cowgirl?
I wanna be loved by you,
Marilyn.
Betty Boop.
Marilyn. Marilyn Monroe was in 1959 the #1, costumes for women. But when I went to 2022,
Mhm.
she was on the list. Now,
She still always will be
okay,
on the
it
list.
was incredible. But the big superheroes were big, and
Yes.
in
I was Supergirl one year.
64 was the Beatles, 66 Barbie, and
Mhm.
67 was Morticia Adams.
Oh,
What was the
Ah.
#1 costume for guys or boys in 1969?
Hippies. No? That's what we look like anyway.
Yeah, but what happened? What was a major historical event in 69?
Woodstock.
Woodstock. Well, that's now, but that's
That's where your heads are going.
yeah.
Try
Vietnam.
Oh,
Try-
astronauts.
Oh, the
Tribe-
space astronaut, 69.
outer space. It was when we
Ah.
landed on the moon. So 1974. Can you take a guess?
74.
It's
Nixon.
political.
Ronald
Nixon.
Reagan.
Nixon.
Nixon. It was
Nixon.
Nixon.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not a crook. Boy, those lines. So, and let's see, 1987 was a puppet on television.
Oh, Alf.
Right. And
Alf.
in 80
Nerf.
and 86, what do we call my son?
We call
Yeah.
Elon.
Ferris.
Oh, Ferris Bueller.
Ferris Bueller.
Bueller.
My son
Oh.
is still Ferris Bueller.
Ferris, yes, he
Yeah,
is.
still
He's
to this
definitely
day.
Ferris Bueller.
So, but they had different ones. In 1990 was Marty McFly, and
Oh, wow.
91.
I think I
the
want to go this
Terminator.
year. I think I want to go as a pimp.
It's a pimp.
A pimp.
I don't want to be the hooker. I want to pimp some guys out for a change. They pimped us.
To be a
years.
lady
Let's
pimp.
do
That's
that.
okay. Why
Like-
not? Well, then in the 2000s, we had, Lady Gaga, Britney
Mhm.
Spears,
Yeah.
Pussycat Girls, and Spice Girls for the women. And then, in the 2000s up, Marvels, Avengers,
Yeah.
and today is like Game of Thrones, Frozen, Wonder
Mhm.
Woman, Spider-Man, House of Dragon,
Yeah, I want to go as a
Oh,
drag.
yeah. That's the
Ted
prequel.
Lasso. Who would go
Oh,
Ted,
my
Ted
God.
Lasso? The Black Widow, and
And
one
they're
of the-
also saying Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer is like
Oh.
one of the top ones on the
Dahmer.
list, they said. Yes.
but who's one of the
Who?
tops is
Who?
Baby Yoda.
Oy vey.
Baby Yoda
Boy,
is a
for
thing.
you I go.
And
Yeah.
then ninjas, but also, Beetlejuice and Marilyn Monroe. And then
I
the
love Beetlejuice.
superheroes are all the time. And then you have kids still wearing, I want to be an army man, I want to be a policeman, a sailor, a judo guy, a football, baseball. And a popular one.
Elvis didn't make it?
Elvis did make it. Elvis was popular, I think 71 was Willy Wonka, but it was like 70, I think. It was like, I think he sprouted kind of back up, and Elvis continues
And
to
Davy
actually.
Crockett was a big one for the
Davy
kids.
Crockett was, that was the.
That was
the
easy
late-
because you
that
get the
was
coonskin
six- yeah,
hat.
right. You had to.
And Zorro,
Yeah, Zorro was a big one, and
early 60s, late 50s.
right, and 77 was Star Wars.
But my brother, when he was a kid, his costume always was Superman.
Right. The all
Back
the
in the
superheroes
50s,
are
yes.
big. I
Well, to
mean,
me,
they're
he's still the ultimate superhero.
Yes, he is, especially the original TV show. Not the
So-
original TV show.
So did you buy a costume, or your mom made a costume?
My mom couldn't sew for crap.
So you had to
She
buy.
always bought me one of those cheesy costumes and the masks, which was
Right.
fine.
Sometimes you would just get people would just get the mask. They'd show up in
But
jeans
she-
and a t-shirt with some mask. It was like a ghost mask or something. It was weird.
Well, we had no choice because when we were Halloween, we put the costume and then we had to put our coats on top of it when we went
Right.
outside.
Yeah, it was cold in them Dare Hills.
It was much colder than it is now.
Yeah, it's 71 here today.
Well,
I don't know what-
actually, it's warmer in
Yeah.
back east than it is in Los Angeles. Los Angeles, I was talking to Max earlier, it was like 60 degrees
Wow. That's
in
crazy.
Los Angeles. I think you guys, it was like 70.
So what's the most popular Halloween song?
The Monster Mash.
The Monster Mash. Bobby Boris Pickett. Pickett was actually in a band called the Cordials,
Mhm.
and he was goofing around singing a song in Boris Karloff's voice.
Barry,
He borrowed, Boris Karloff's voice, and it was just the other band members really enjoyed him doing that, and he just kept doing it. It
for
was
those who were too young, Boris Karloff was the original Frankenstein.
right. So
I
uh,
love.
He had a TV show. It was like a
Right.
horror show. I don't know, you guys might be too young to remember it.
No, I remember it, but I don't remember the show
had a TV
that
show?
much, but I knew it.
It
Boris
was called-
Karloff.
it was
Oh.
called Lights Out.
right.
That was in the 50s.
Yeah, and it would start out with some weird music, and you would see Boris Karloff in front of a candle. And the candlelight, he had a very craggy face, deep
Yeah.
set eyes, and the candle would, throw these weird shadows on his face. And then he would tell the story, and he said, "Now it's time for lights out," and he blow the candle out. It
Oh,
was
man.
frightening.
That's scary, man. Glad I
Yeah.
didn't see that. I wouldn't have been able to sleep. I mean, hey, we grew up, and even though I was little, you were little. I don't know if your parents let you watch it at that age, but when my brothers used to babysit me in our house in Brooklyn, they would watch Zachary.
Oh, I watched Zachary.
Zachary was
Zachary.
fun.
It was
It
fun.
was-
I watched, yeah.
Not quite for a 4-year-old, but
My
things
new
hap-
show is Svengoolie. I love.
right. That guy's
Svengoolie.
crazy. I
He's
know.
nuts. I love him. I watch his show every
Listen,
Saturday night.
Les loves that. He'll tape it. He just
they
to watch
really
the
did-
beginning.
Wasn't the original Halloween like All Hallows Night?
All
And-
Hallows
Yes.
Night, right? And they
Everyone
have
just-
something. I don't think they still do it, but because in the suburbs, kids were getting in trouble. The night before was called Gate Night, and that's
Yes.
the night they would like toilet paper.
Yep.
trees.
They-
They
they
would
did.
egg the houses and the cars, but then
then
the
it
We
cops-
never did that.
No.
No, we didn't. But up in the burbs, in certain
But
places, in the
I think in
burbs.
Latino communities, it's sort of like you go to You go to the dead, you go to people
Yeah.
go to the cemetery to visit their ancestors.
Yeah.
And
well,
then the first is called the Day of the Dead.
yeah,
Day of
That's
the
when you
wait.
go to.
Yeah, no
Right, the
thanks.
day after Halloween.
So I'm
Mhm.
just gonna jump back to the Monster Mash because I found this kind of fascinating because he was also an actor and he found, he did the monologue of Boris Karloff performing the Diamond's Little Darling. Okay, that's what he was doing, Karloff with little, yeah, right. So anyway, his band member Larry Capizzi encouraged Pickett to do more, and then they both composed the Monster Mash and recorded it. Who was in their group that they called the Crypt Kickers? Do you have any idea?
No, I don't.
No.
Tell me,
Okay.
Maxine,
I will.
please. I need to know.
Gary Paxton, who also did the novelty hit Alley Oop, and he was also Oop. He was in it. Leon Russell,
Oh
Leon,
my God.
right? Johnny McCrae, Ricky Page, and Terry Berg were known as the Crypt Kickers, and
Leon Russell.
and one of the things that fascinated them, all of them was the mashed potatoes was a hit, and they brought kind of alley oop and the mashed potatoes because they want the monster mashed potatoes, and
Mhm.
it was really, really crazy. But they had
He
the
did
back,
other songs. He did a Christmas song.
right, he
He
did a
did.
Christmas song, and
He-
he also, I'm trying to find this, but the backup girls who did that, and somehow I can't see.
do you know when did Halloween become the scary thing? I know. 'Cause
That was taking place in Mexico because when they had the day of All Hallows Eve,
Yeah.
they would dress up as skeletons.
Yeah.
That's when it became, yes. They
when
dress
did
up
the thing
as
Sleepy
skeletons.
Hollow become? When did the hero
Well,
Washington?
that was Washington Irving,
Irving,
and
it's a
that was
story.
Sleepy Hollow. Yeah,
I
they
love
have the
that.
Headless Horseman.
Well, you were at
Mhm.
Sleepy Hollow the other day, weren't you?
Right, you can't get a ticket now, but they're gonna do the Sleepy Hollow. They do a reenactment,
Mhm.
and you cannot. If you try to go to Sleepy Hollow Tarrytown this weekend, good luck to you.
I
They
can
have the
imagine.
parade. They have a huge
Mhm.
parade. They have
Oh, that's so cool. You have to
They
get
have-
tickets to go?
the one of the things you need tickets for, and they also have the Great Pumpkin Blaze in Croton, which is sold out every year, but they have it through mid-November now, so maybe, who knows, maybe I'll get to go this year. But they did it last year, but it was limited because of
Well,
COVID.
Paula, didn't you get the press pass I sent you the other month?
To go. Yeah, we
no,
should
you're
do it.
breaking lines.
So
I always break lines. I need no stinking badges. I just break lines.
Just a story because we're gonna have to go, but as far as a press
Oh.
pass, we went with my boys to the day after the Rose Parade, and they have a street where all the floats are.
Mhm.
They're parked, and I wanted to go, so we left a little late, and the line was like 14 times around the block. And then they said,
Ooh.
we're not selling any tickets anymore. I think it was like $10 a ticket or something. So 2 weeks before, I had actually it was a radio show that I produced, and we had one of the captains of the Pasadena Police Department who was in charge of traffic there.
Oh.
So I walked to the front of the front of the line, and I spoke to the cop there, and I asked, I forget his name. I said, is Lieutenant so and so in? He said, no, he's not in, but he's monitoring in the helicopter above. I said, could you call him and tell him that I am Malcolm Berman wants to speak to him from the auto show? So he gets on the phone from the helicopter, and they say, yeah, what can I do for you, Malcolm? Hey, we're trying to get in, and they're not selling any more tickets. Is there anything you could do? So he said, let me speak to the sergeant. So he speaks to the sergeant, and the sergeant said, okay, guys, you can go in. We didn't have to wait
Ooh.
online, and we
Not
didn't have
what
to
you
pay
know, it's
anything.
who you know.
It's
But,
who you know.
So one more quickie because we have to go.
Yeah.
This is still the Monster Bash because I still find this
Okay.
like really cool.
You're a music person.
We're on Halloween. So the group, I was trying to find who the girl group was to back up, that they do the backup. The wow, you know, that's them, the Blossoms. And who did that
Oh.
feature?
The Blossoms.
Tell me.
Darlene
Tell me.
Love.
Love.
Darlene Love.
So on the Monster Mash, Darlene Love and Leon Russell. Would you ever
That's
think
so,
in a
no.
million years? So that's my music trivia of the day. And
Okay.
I don't know how many millions of copies Bobby sold. He didn't have to do anything in his life. He was on a tour with Tokens and some other groups many, many years ago. And he scared the hell out of my son by going, he took a donut out of E's hand and he goes, I'm going to crush your donut, and Boris Karloff. And he took his donut that he wanted to eat as part of
I
breakfast,
remember you telling me
and
that.
he starts to cry. And I said, you made my son cry. I said, you need to apologize to my son. I said, I know you think it was funny, but it really, he scared the kid. And he was so sweet. And he got him another donut, and that was the end of that.
Anyway, under that note,
right.
guys,
All right. Well, happy Halloween.
yeah, that's coming up this week.
Happy Halloween,
Monday?
everyone.
Yep. Make sure you have a nice, cute pumpkin.
Yeah, and
And
guys,
I will probably see you in 2 weeks.
why?
I'm having knee
Oh, right.
surgery next Wednesday, so
What
I
you-
will not be on Wednesday unless
Oh,
you want to
man.
see me like
Take
this.
your computer into
Ah.
the hospital.
Take your computer into surgery.
Right.
We can have a.
Hey, my doctor's quite cute.
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
put him
well,
on.
I-
We could
I'd
do
go
this
for
new
it.
thing, you know? Well, you're, if you have this guy, the surgery, you're up. Because
No, not, you're out.
because when I had that,
You're asking for out. You
You're
can ask
out.
for. You can ask for half out, or you
No,
can
I'm
even
out.
just do
Yeah, but
a
just half out all the
from
time.
the bottom down. You can do.
And they, whatchamacallit, they have to give me extra stuff because I'm a natural redhead and it takes much more anesthesia to
Well,
put rash redheads out.
Okay, now I have a line for that,
Really?
but
Oh,
True.
okay.
Sexist.
Don't say it. But we'll have to go into that one subject one time.
But it's
Redheads.
true.
No, just
Read
the
about
whole
it.
show on redheads. That's the one of after your surgery and you're all running around. The next show is going to be on redheads.
but we had a conversation in which I go to this little coffee room, you know, my
Aloha.
the Aloha room.
He goes
And
to the Aloha room.
Yeah, and they were talking about these two elderly ladies were
Not
talking.
us.
They were no, they were talking about
We're not elderly.
both. Yeah, no, these guys, one was in their
was
late
blurred.
60s, the other one was the early 80s, and they were both blondes. And I said, I told them to go gray. They said, no, we have a natural affinity for blonde. It's they had
Right.
that whole image of what blondes are. Anyway, under that note, guys, have a happy Halloween. Have a great surgery. If I don't say.
Happy surgery.
Have a great happy surgery.
Happy surgery.
Listen, if you get the right drugs.
She'll be fine.
Ooh, I don't take drugs. I can't take drugs. They make me
Actually,
ill.
I had that surgery about 5 years ago. I was up walking, in 2 days.
She'll
Yeah,
be
I'm
okay.
not worried about.
Okay.
We
Anyway, happy and safe Halloween.
Happy
you
Halloween.
too.
And happy.
Everyone,
happy,
be careful. Parents, make sure you take all the stuff that's not bagged and make sure there's nothing
Yes.
in them.
or anything unwrapped. Do not give
Yeah,
your child
dump it.
and
Anything
dump it.
unwrapped, throw away.
And if you have
Bye.
stuff,
Bye.
enjoy. Bye.